Good morning everybody. The patch notes for 6.82 just got released and I am here to give you an overview of what is included in this patch. However, I will not cover everything. Instead, I will cover changes that have a significant impact on either the way the entire game is played or the playstyle of a hero. A too long didn't read version of the patch, so to say. The first part of this video will explain and showcase. The second part will be my personal opinion. The map around the Roshan pit has been reworked. Roshan is now more easily accessible from the Radiant side as he takes up the space where the Dire's Ancients previously resided. Those were moved up a little and are now part of an elaborate forest area next to the Dire's Tier 1 tower. The secret shop has also been moved back, which makes it no longer possible to easily access it from the mid lane. Outside of that, the general theme is a more open map. The Radiant's bottom and top lane have been modified to increase ganking and juking spots while simultaneously reducing space blocked off by trees. It's interesting to see previously hidden paths become a more obvious part of the map. The Crimson Guard is a new item introduced in 6.82. To build it, you require a Vanguard, a Buckler and its 825 gold recipe. Combining these two will not provide you with any additional stat boosts, instead you gain an active ability, Guard. If activated, Guard will buff up yourself and any allied heroes in a 750 radius with 2 armor and a 50 damage block for 9 seconds. This damage block aspect is not reduced for ranged heroes. It also got a cool new animation. The formula behind how hero kills generate gold and experience has been significantly modified. I don't want to bore you with too much math. For the sake of time, we will only do the math on one example. In this game I played on Tuesday, my team was ahead by about 4k gold. Faceless Void and Lone Druid were about even in both gold and experience. I will have the two of them fight each other until one of them dies. If Void wins, then the enemy team net worth is 16,470, while his team's net worth is 12,430. This gives us a net worth difference of 0.14. Lone Druid got a net worth of 4,942, which gives us a net worth factor of 692. Running this factor through the new formula gives us 449 bonus gold. In 6.82, this bonus gold is also given to the killer as opposed to only allies in the surrounding area. With the kill gold, this adds up to 730 gold. If we do the same with the Lone Druid's numbers, we get a net worth difference of negative 0.14. Since the net worth difference can't be lower than 0, this adds up to 103 bonus gold. This, on top of the kill gold, amounts to 384 gold should Misha win the encounter. While the amount of gold generated through kills is far higher than it was before, this new mechanic heavily favors the losing team over the team that's ahead. The same is true for experience. Bloodseeker is one of the two heroes that have been reworked in 6.82. His Blood Rage no longer silences, dispels or damages the target it is applied to. Instead, it increases all damage the target deals or takes, while also healing the target for 25% of the maximum HP of anything it kills. But should the target get killed while Blood Rage is active, then the killer will also get healed for 25% of the target's maximum HP. The new patch also removes the mana cost of Blood Rage. His old healing ability, Bloodbath, has been replaced by Blood Rite. Blood Rite is an active ability that summons a giant mark on the ground. This mark is visible to enemies and explodes after a 3-second delay, damaging and silencing all enemies on top of it. Just for the sake of clarity, this damage, just like any other damage, is amplified by the new Blood Rage. Any damage dealt by the hero affected by Blood Rage is amplified, not just attacks. On top of these two new abilities, First now gives movement speed and damage proportional to how much HP an enemy hero is missing, and Rupture no longer has an initial burst of damage and instead an increased duration. Phantom Lancer is the second hero to be reworked. While his Phantom Lance stays the same, a slightly modified Juxtapose now takes up his ultimate, and both Phantom Edge and Doppelwalk have been removed. Instead, he gains two new abilities, Doppelganger and Phantom Rush. Phantom Rush is a passive that works based off a cooldown. If an enemy hero is outside of attack range and the Lancer is instructed to attack that hero, then he will gain phase and a tremendous amount of movement speed while he charges his target. All of his illusions also have this passive. Doppelganger is an active ability that allows you to target an area within a 600 range radius. If cast, all of your illusions and your hero will disappear for 1 second and then reappear at the target location. Two more illusions will spawn at this location, the first one taking 100% damage and dealing 0, while the second one deals 20% damage and takes 500. The only scaling factor of this ability is its cooldown. Juxtapose was slightly modified to include all of the illusion spawning properties Phantom Edge used to have. The chance for your hero to spawn an illusion has been improved, and of course your illusions are able to summon illusions of their own. While not getting reworked entirely, Riki has also seen some significant changes. Permanent Invisibility and Blink Strike have swapped places and have been modified to accommodate their new positions. Permanent Invisibility now has an increased fade delay, but also provides bonus HP regeneration while active. Blink Strike's damage has been reduced, and instead of having a 5-second cooldown, it can now store up to 5 charges with a 30-second replenish time each. The last thing regarding heroes I want to talk about is Aghanim's Scepter upgrades for Chen, Treant Protector and Earth Spirit. If Chen buys an Aghanim's, he will be able to dominate an Ancient Creep for each level of Hand of God. At level 16, this allows Chen to dominate up to 3 Ancient Creeps on top of the cooldown reduction for his ultimate. Earth Spirit's upgrade allows him to use a new ability called Enchant Remnant. This turns a hero into a stone remnant for 3 seconds, after which he will pop out and deal 300 damage in a 300 radius. While stoned, the hero is invincible and can be used for any of Earth Spirit's abilities. Yes, you are able to turn someone into a stone and then push them half the map away. Treant Protector gains the Ice in the Forest ability. This allows him to enchant a tree, granting vision in an area surrounding it. On top of that, should he cast his ultimate, every enchanted tree will also root any enemies in an 800 AoE. The Aghanims also adds a damaging effect to his ultimate. The last change I want to talk about is the new Bounty Rune. From now on, every 2 minutes there will be an additional rune that spawns where the regular rune didn't. This Bounty Rune can be used to gain about a creep kill worth of gold in experience and can also be bottled, filling up your bottle. To conclude this video, I want to give you my personal opinion regarding these changes. I believe the most important change is the gold and experience modification. Nothing else even compares to the impact this will have. This change is supposed to discourage pushing. Towers are a static amount of gold on the map of Dota. Every time you kill a tower, you take money that, unlike hero and creep kills, is not steadily generated. The bounty for each tower can only be claimed once. As a result, if a team finds themselves pushing early and then they wind up trading hero kills in any way, the enemy team will gain a ton of gold thanks to the new mechanics. This will even up the game, and then the enemy team starts taking your towers and all of a sudden you find yourself lagging behind. But you can't pull the same trick on the opposing team since you already took their towers. As a result, 5 manning early is no longer the best option to take, and you're better off farming and laning a bit longer than you were in 6.81. At least in theory. My fear is that teams will get scared into 5 manning thanks to this new system. Since once you are ahead, each kill the enemy takes on you is incredibly valuable to them. You try to avoid taking any risks and instead stick to a ball of death as much as possible. I really like the idea behind these changes, but they might have been too drastic. But that's a difficult prediction to make, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how everything plays out. Color me worried, but also very excited. This actually seems really cool. I'm waiting. Look, I'm waiting to see how this plays out. Seriously. Other than that, I do like the new map. I think it's cute. I'm not too happy about the fact that a few of my favorite juke spots have been made more obvious and easily available. But I get the reasons for the change, and I don't mind it too much. The new Dire Forest area gets me all excited though. There's so much potential for crazy fights there. I can't wait. Crimson Guard seems rather powerful. This item will probably be very popular as it provides a ton of physical protection, and the active is very powerful. I think this guy will be picked up at least once every game. Probably only once, but still every game. Bloodseeker and Phantom Lancer are so much fun. So much fun. Icerock outdid themselves with... Hit themselves? No, it's one. Icerock outdid himself with those two. Phantom Lancer will definitely be viable. I am not so sure about Bloodseeker though. He seems a bit risky and difficult to incorporate into a team. Maybe as a support? Really not too sure what you can do with that guy. Bloodrite looks awesome though. Did you see that animation? It's great. And it's part of the let's make everything bigger and grander trend that Dota has been going through. And I have to say, I admire that. Controlling ancients or rooting an entire forest also seems pretty amazing. Now, about the bottle, right? About the new rune. This is very similar to what Heroes of New Earth did right before I left that game. And no, I'm not leaving Dota just because this changed. Shut up. No, so there's gonna be a lot of bottles. I'm predicting this right here. There are gonna be like 4 bottles on every team. Maybe 5 even. Because this bounty rune is super powerful. And what you can do now is you just send a support to one rune, and then you send your mid hero to the other rune, and you just take both and you bottle up both. So bottles will be super important in 6.82. They will probably be the most bought item. Yes, I know they have been made more expensive, but I don't care. Everybody will buy bottles all the time. Every team will see at least 3, probably 4 bottles. And I'm not too sure that I'm too happy about that. I think that the random nature of runes is actually not too random at all, because you just need to control the area, right? It's not random. You can secure vision, you can make sure that you get the rune. That's not random. It's only random where it spawns. And honestly, I don't consider that random. I really don't. I'm not worried about that. I think that's fine, but I get why you want another rune, so it's fair, right? Yeah, okay, I get it. But I'm worried that we're gonna see too many bottles. I think bottles are gonna be so essential that it's just over-centralizing the metagame. But we're gonna see about that, right? Anyways, overall, I am very excited for this patch. And let's be honest, at the very least, that's something new. And we really needed that. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you tomorrow.